Hey everyone, technology problems are fun. Welcome to Author Nation. Here we are. You can watch this live on YouTube, you can watch this live on Facebook, or you can watch it later, whatever works for you. But today I want to talk about getting clear on your purpose. If you're writing a nonfiction book, you want to really get clear on why you are doing it, because books take resources. You don't write one on a whim. Gee, I have nothing to do this Friday night, I'll write a book, right? You want to have a purpose because they take resources, time, energy, and money. And I hear lots of reasons to write a book. I've heard self-discovery, for healing, free therapy, to sell books, to leave a legacy, to increase business, to build a community, to be a better writer, to challenge yourself, right? People say, why climb a mountain? I don't know, it was there. Why write a book? Because I can, and I want to challenge myself. You have knowledge on a trending topic maybe, or you're an expert in an area and you want to share that knowledge. So really understanding your purpose and getting clear on that purpose is going to help you in many, many ways. Let's talk a little bit about purpose, and we're going to talk about why you really want to have a purpose. So for example, if you're writing memoir, which is a creative nonfiction, you might be writing it for yourself. You might be writing it to heal. Just, this is about me, for me. I'm writing my story, and no one else really matters. It's really just about me. Or you might be writing a memoir thinking, I want to share this with my loved ones. I want to leave something for my kids. I want to write down family history, and that would be a different book. Or maybe you're writing a memoir because you have a story that you think other people will benefit from if they hear it or they read it. And therefore, you're writing a memoir to publish for a more general audience. And so those are three different reasons. And although it's the same story, it's your story, the truth is that it will be a different book depending on why you choose to write it. Same with a business book, right? So if you are writing a business book and you're doing it because you want to build a community versus you want to impart ideas to your other people working in your industry, or you want to get new clients, those are different books and those are different purposes. So you want to get really clear on your idea, right? I'm writing a book. Do I want to impart knowledge? Do I want to gain knowledge and gain clarity for myself? Do I want to heal? Do I want to get clients? Do I want to change the world? Do I want to make an impact? Do I want to share my passion? Do I want to sell books? And Mark yesterday joked with me, an old adage, right? If you want to make a small fortune in publishing, start with a large one, right? So if you do want to make money, then the purpose, that's a very specific purpose, and you need to write a book to help you maybe promote other products and services that link to that book. Or maybe you're an entrepreneurial author and you're on your third or fourth or fifth book, and you're thinking how do all these books fit together? Because if you're an entrepreneurial author and you're writing many books, you are also a book marketer. And so you need to think about how you're packaging the different books together and how they're going to fit into the world together, so that if someone buys book one, they'll probably want to buy book two. Not even that it's a series, just that you have 3 or 4 books. And if someone is interested in a particular book, they're probably interested in the other books as well. And how do you figure that out? And how do you write books that fit together as an entrepreneurial author? So you want to get clear on the reason. You want to get clear on the reason. So why? One, you want to write the right book, right? You want to make sure that that you write the right book. And I don't know how many times I've heard authors say things like, it's a great book. Yeah, I'm glad I wrote it. But if I had known, I would have written a different book. And you don't want to say that because, again, it's time, it's energy, it's money. So one of the things you want to do is you want to write the right book, and you want to write the right book the first time, right? So that's one reason you want to get really clear on your purpose so that you write the right book the first time. Another good reason to get clear on your purpose is it'll help you stay motivated. So if you understand why you're writing the book, how it fits into your world, how it fits into the world, then you're kind of taking off that, I need to sit down and write a book. And instead, when you're sitting down, you're like, this book is going to help certain people, or this book is going to help me do this. And then you have this reason. Reason often offers motivation. Another reason is to be efficient. If you don't really know why you're writing, you might do a lot of writing, and you might write a lot of words that in the end you realize you don't need. And so if you have a clear purpose and you understand why you're writing it, then you're going to be kind of more efficient about it, right? You're not just, writing whatever and hoping something sounds good. You've got kind of a clear vision, and you're like, okay, this is what I'm writing about. And if I stick to that, then I'm using my time efficiently. I'm using my energy efficiently. So that's good as well. The other thing is it can help writer's block. So a lot of times when I talk to authors and they're struggling with getting their book done, they're lacking motivation, or they're just not, they're not clear, and that gets in the way. And then they run into imposter syndrome. Who am I to write this book? Or they lack the motivation to get the energy to do it. And so when that happens, when imposter syndrome, right, the who am I to write this book, rears its ugly head, if you have a clear purpose on why you're doing it, you're kind of taking that away from you. It's like, look, it's not about me. This is about writing a book for another group of people, for other people, or, for loved ones, or for whatever, for my healing, for self-discovery, whatever it is. And you lean into the purpose of the book rather than focusing on yourself. And that can help you with motivation, and it can help you get over writer's block as well. So think about this. If you wrote a book this year and you finished it, published and everything by the end of this year, by the end of 2021, in 2026, and you looked back, what impact would you like it to have in the world, in your world, in your life, or in your business, or in your family, and in the world in general, if it's a book you're going to publish? Think back, if you're sitting in 2026 and you're looking back and you're like, yeah, I'm really glad I wrote that book because. How do you finish that sentence, right? I'm really glad I wrote this book because. So let's look at some questions you can ask yourself to help you kind of get in the frame of what the purpose is for your book. So let's see. I think the first question you want to ask yourself, and I'll put these in the links as well. The first question you want to ask yourself is, what does success look like? What does success look like? So if I'm sitting in 2016 and I'm looking back at that book I wrote in 2021 and I published it, and I'm successful, how has my life changed? How have I impacted the readers? How has my part of the world changed? So I think that's question number one. And then as part of that, right? So very specifically, how would this book benefit your life or your business? Or why is it important to you? Get really clear on yourself, because as much as I say that if you get clear on why you're writing it for other people, it takes that pressure off of you, it takes the focus off of you. You also want something out of the book, right? I want to feel good because I accomplished something, or I want to know that I've changed lives, or something. So how will this book benefit you, your life, your family, your business, your world? Why is it important to you? And then the next question, and again related, because we're building on this, if it's benefiting me or my business or my family or my clients in some way, it has to fit into my life, or it has to fit into my business, or it has to fit into my entrepreneurial author lifestyle. So how is this book going to fit in to my life? Because remember, once you have written a book and it's gone through the editing and you've published it and now you're promoting, that promoting piece can go on forever and ever and ever. And so you need to know, it's like, this is not something that I'm just going to whip off on a weekend and I'm done. And then it's going to get discovered and the world's going to be like thrilled, like, oh my God, you wrote this book. This is wonderful. You're going to have to get it out in front of readers. Readers aren't going to come streaming in, Field of Dreams, right? If you build it, they will come. If you write it, they won't come unless you tell them about it. So you want to know how it's going to fit into your life. And then I think a good question is, who do you want to change and how do you want to change them? So if you're writing a memoir to heal, I want to change myself. How do I want to change myself? I want to understand my, the trauma I went through, or I want to understand my family dynamics, or I want to understand my motivations, or whatever it is. Or if you want to write it as a legacy piece for your kids, for example, it's like, how do you want this to change their lives? How do you want this to impact them? Do you want them to understand family dynamics? Do you want them to understand how what's happened in your child in your life has impacted how you've been a parent? I mean, that's going to be part of the book if that's who you want to change and how you want to change them. If you're writing it for clients or potential clients, who are they and how do you want to change them? How will their world look better afterwards? And in general, why is this book, and this is my last question number 5, why is this book important to the world? So why is this book important to the world? So if this book never makes it into the world, what will the world look like? You haven't done your piece for inclusion and diversity, and that's what's important to you. Or maybe there's a way to solve a problem that just no one else has written about, and it's just not out there, and it's not in your voice with your unique kind of twist on it that will speak to some people. Even if there are other books in the same genre about the same topic or the same problem, some people will relate to you more than they might relate to somebody else. And so you want to make sure that why is this book important to the world? And I think these questions will really help you when you come to like making sure you write the right book and being efficient with your time and your energy. And when you're asking for feedback, if you understand your purpose clearly, like, this is my purpose, am I matching it? You will get better feedback. It will help you stay motivated, and it will help you get clear so that when you feel blocked or imposter syndrome, like, who am I to write this book? You'll have a way to get over that. So there we go. That is my little spiel on how to get clear on your purpose, how to do it and why to do it, and why it's important if you have a book project. So I would love to hear what your book projects are. If you're working on a book right now, please drop it in the comments. I'd love to see and hear what you're working on. And then next week, I will come back at Wednesday at noon. I'll be, hopefully technology will work this time. And we will talk about your audience and knowing your audience. And some of the same stuff will come up because knowing your audience will help in some of the same ways. All right, I will see you then. Until then, enjoy the week and please drop a comment. I would love to hear from you. Thanks so much. Bye.